For men, MGTOW's biggest and most powerful realization comes when he realizes that women are more afraid of single men than we are. Female, most single men are simple. They are single because they are not worthy enough, or maybe no one wants them, or maybe they haven't worked hard for themselves yet, earn the respect of women. Basically, single men are afraid of approaching women because they might look creepy and they might get rejected. What if I told you games are so different? Modern women are actually very afraid of single men. Not singular, but women are afraid of single men. The more single men that show up, the more reason they have to panic. Let me explain why. To do this, we need to unravel the basics of the biological and psychological thinking of women. Because that's a good explanation of why women are the way they are. I've talked about polygamy on this channel before and how women always want the best for a man. You already know that, so it's not big news. Let me talk about how women value their self-esteem and perception. Once you understand this, many things will emerge and start to make sense. A woman is a symbol of beauty and charm. This is accepted almost everywhere. Women represent the beauty of men, which is their biggest selling point. That's why women are used as symbols of desire and love. Because a woman's greatest arsenal is her looks. This makes her the desirable woman of the past. This is why the beauty industry exists. This is why jewelry is hundreds and thousands of years old. This is why makeup can be traced back to ancient Egypt. The value of women is determined by their appearance. They judge themselves by their physical attractiveness and attractiveness. The more they are like this, the better admirers they will attract. She will have a huge pool of options from which to choose the man of her dreams, and she will definitely choose the one with the highest value. This means that the biggest factor in determining a woman's worth in society is how much money she attracts. The more men who ask her out and do her favors, the more attractive she will find. If no one asks her out and she gets rejected, she loses all self-esteem. This is not speculation. That did happen. If you think rejection is hurting you as a man, go see how many women accept rejection. Women absolutely lose their cool when rejected. They are not used to it at all. When women get rejected or plan a date but cancel it, they break down. If she seeks a man's attention and doesn't get it, even with a better bunch of orbiters, she'll lose all self-worth. She will post videos of her crying and tell her crying story to anyone who will listen. You'll even find some women like this on TikTok, and you tend to find more of them as they start to approach their 20s. Her list of potential partners is still growing. Which brings me back to my original topic. Women, especially modern women, are the most unmarried women ever, terrified of single men. They fear more single men who are satisfied with their lives. It hurts inside her to see a man who is single but so happy and doing so well that he doesn't seek women's attention. Modern women also don't want such a man to gain weight, because it poses a huge threat to them. This is largely why the media is so obsessed with making MGTOW look like an extremist movement. They call it a shaming campaign to give lonely people a reason to act. But really, it's the sport of those lucky single men that they're terribly afraid of. Why is that? Why should women be afraid of single men? Because it's a threat to their attractiveness. It's a threat to their value. They are used to men chasing them, seeking their attention, proposing marriage to them. Because that's what society says. Society says to be truly happy you have to have a happy marriage and find the perfect girl. So the woman relied on this dream and experienced hundreds of such men waiting to become real and perfect. Single men are like the ribs of the system. They ignore what society demands of them. Over the years, many savvy and intelligent men have come to realize that women are overrated. That's not to say that every stand-up comedian and rich man who has easy access to women will tell you that he has weighed the cost of his reciprocating relationship and found it to be bad for him. In fact, the risk/reward ratio drops even more when you throw in the modern world and its issues of harassment laws, divorce, trapping and accusations. Many men who can understand how the world works realize that women are overrated and not worth it. It's not worth it. Spend time with women and demand their attention for a few minutes of pleasure. In fact, men get tired of women very quickly. Men don't even get pleasure from women, just a sense of victory and accomplishment and nothing else. Many men who have had bad experiences with women simply give up and live as bachelors. They adopt puppies as if they are training and building something. They built businesses, started traveling, and found greater forms of happiness. Happiness that a woman can never provide. It's not like MGTOW is made up of weird single men. The threat is that it's made up of big names. The kind of man who attracts women to want to be with women. The kind of man who likes to manipulate women. The danger is that these men understand women's nature and don't want to play the game anymore. What's more, they've overcome the biological biases that no longer tie their happiness and self-esteem to the women who might entrap them. Instead, they come to depend on their life purpose. This is a huge blow to the woman, and she hopes that such a man will accost her at a club so she can get a free drink, a lavish dinner, a dress, and post it all on her social media. These people don't want to play anymore. In fact, they wanted nothing to do with her. Suddenly, more and more men are doing it. More and more modern women are starting to panic. They ask where all the worthy people are. They don't understand how a man can be so happy and relaxed without getting involved in the dating market. How could he bear his indifference to women? In a way, some women see it as male power. Some women find this a challenge. However, all of this has to do with their appeal. You wonder how this man is so happy and focused on his goals without thinking about women. If this continues, where will the modern woman go? They don't get along with hitters who like to entertain them. No, they were just there to please her and listen to her rant. After all, she wanted to be with such a man. Make dough man so she can use the divorce laws and get rich so she can have a nice house in the suburbs to brag to her friends and she can spend big on groceries. She wants to date a man like this. But when these people suddenly start being single and focused on their goals, it's a big threat. This is a huge threat. She has no power over men. Now, when these men inspire more men, women become men after men. Men, however, can be so focused on their own goals that they don't have time to think about them. Remember, women's lives are different. A woman's attractiveness and beauty are limited. The moment she hit a wall, she quit the dating market. Nobody wants them. However, a man has nothing to lose by being single. Its value will continue to increase. If she doesn't catch a man sooner, she's in serious danger. Even if the man seems to have zero interest in her, then she has zero options. This is why women are afraid of happy single men. That's it for today. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell symbol after following.